Welcome back to another episode of Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. This is Wicked Googly, and last we left off, we were headed up here to High Hedge to deliver a chicken who had been polymorphed. I have already previously, very temporarily, wandered into the map uh, to buy a scroll case from the wizard, just because I knew doing the game with one player I would have some inventory issues, so I wanted to get that scroll case right away. But I didn't do the full map because I was, I think, level 1 at the time, maybe level 2. I didn't quite think I'd be able to handle much. But now we're coming back, and I'm on average about level 5. Skeletons have... no, nothing I want. So now we're going to come back here again, that I'm a little bit higher level. We'll deliver the chicken, I'll check what stuff he's got for sale, see how much money I've got, and then we'll do the rest of the map. Let's see. Thunter the Conjurer. I sincerely hope you have some reason for bothering me. I've already stated that I wish you to leave. Let's see. Rumors talk of a repairable mage that lives here. Well, I've already come here once before to talk to you, to buy and sell some stuff. So we'll skip right down here. Well, it's rather amusing, actually. You see, I happened to rescue this talking chicken. Chickens do not talk, so quite obviously it is a polymorphed being of some kind. Spells such as that wear off in time or can be dispelled. It is a simple matter and one not worthy of the waste of my day. Keep moving. Exactly I would have said if I was a powerful wizard. I'm quite aware of the mute status of chickens, thank you very much. Yes, this is a transformed man, but it is also a man who claims to be your apprentice. That is why I brought him here. There's no call to be so rude. Why are you so reluctant to deal with me? And spare your sanctimonious tone, old mage. I've brought this man here, and now I'll leave you be. Hmm. Well, like I've kind of said previously in other videos, I think our character is just a little tired of dealing with unhelpful, grouchy NPCs. He might be a little crossed be dealing with a wizard with this kind of attitude, but I am a wizard myself, and I should be pretty well versed in dealing with crotchety old mages, and talking back to them or being snide, kind of a bad idea. So I'll go with the smarty pants answer, but that's also a little nicer. Apprentice? I have no apprentice. I teach no one about what I... Wait, Melicamp? Melicamp, is that you? Yes, master. Thuntir, it is, Cluck. I am no master to you, and you are no apprentice. What gall you have to expect help from me? I see you two are well acquainted. I shall leave it to you to it then. Fare you well. Or he is not your student, but you do know of him, do you not? Okay, I'm forever inquisitive, so I'll keep digging for the info. A student wishes to learn, while this fool only wishes to have knowledge. I will tutor no one who does not understand the ramifications of what I have to teach. Not getting the quick gratification he wished, he instead chose to steal from me. Oh, a thief. A wizard thief, that's the worst. You speak so much, but show so little. I only wish to learn a fraction of the power you possess. It has taken me some 50-odd years of life to gain the power I wield, and the will not to use it. You are but a baby in comparison. Frankly, I'm surprised you changed into such an old chicken. How did you manage that, by the by? You were muddling the simplest cantrip when I last observed you. I've progressed much since then, and I borrowed a few items to speed the process. As I thought, well, it's obvious you can steal my tools, but not the understanding of them. Hold still while I dispel this foolish facade. Can't very well get my property back while it's polymorphed into you. Wait a moment. I did not possess any items that allow the casting of that enchantment. Wait. Oh, dear Melicamp, listen very carefully. What did you take? Nothing too valuable, I swear. Just some components, a few scrolls, a beat-up pair of bracers, a blank spellbook, some parchment, a pair of... Oh no, you little fool! The bracers in my locked and trapped safe? I certainly hope you can't develop a taste for chicken I certainly hope you can develop a taste for chicken feed, because you're going to be stuck the way you are for a very long time. I know I stole from you, but you can't leave me like this. Please, Master Thontir, please, cluck. It's not a matter of whether I wish to help you or not, simply that I do not have the power to undo what you have done. Let's see, is there nothing that can be done? I'm willing to help however I can. I believe the price for my assistant just went up. Thontir? That was a very sad story indeed, but I've played my part already. Good luck to both of ye, and now I take my leave. What sort of item could cause a problem for each? This, the inquisitive answer. Knowledge is power. So what sort of item could cause such a problem for even such a mage as yourself? Oh boy, that's a lot of text. The magic that so many revere today was not always the same as it is now. Any adventurer worth his salt should know this, and know that not every bauble they wring from a dungeon will be helpful. The bracers in question were a vain little reminder of, well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Suffice to say that I have no idea what their intended function was, and I have no position to ask their former owner. Years have passed since my release, and the spoils of that netheril ruin remain as enigmatic as ever. They resist even the strongest divination, and attempts to dispel results only in explosive consequences. Some things should just stay buried. All right, so the bracers are a nethrol item. Is there nothing that can be done? I'm willing to help however I can. It's a sad story indeed, but I've played my part already. Good luck to both of you. And I believe the price just went up. All right, so yeah, I'm willing to help. If you're willing, then I will do what must be done. We will need a component that I do not have on hand, and it'll be your job to get it. I will require the head of an undead creature, and a simple skeleton skull will do. Bring it back here, and I'll try to bend a few magical rules to reincarnate this foolish boy. Reincarnate? But doesn't that spell not require Cluck, the recipient, to be dead? There must be a dead element, yes, that is what the skull is for. I cannot fully explain what I'm about to try, but it is something of a reversal on the reincarnation scheme. The age of enchantment that changed you may allow for a loophole in the laws of magic. Of course, it may just kill us both in the casting. Such is life. Off you go to some dungeon or another, return with the skull, go. Now, I just killed those skeletons earlier. I don't remember if there was a skull on their corpse. There's also a null that spawned. So we'll check out those skeletons. See if there's any skull on them or not. And if not, then I'm pretty sure I'll run across another skeleton on the map somewhere. Yep, there's a skull. Super easy.
Very well.
Why do I live in such a pit?
Hello again, my young adventurer. I see you have the needed component. Well, shall we see if our young man regains his life, or if he'll eventually be someone's feast hall dinner? Well, the chicken died.
Why do I live in such a pit?
Ah, and that, as they say, is that. I fear our young friend did not survive the casting, and I feel a touch weary myself. Such are the ways of magic. Unpredictable at the best of times. Do not feel responsible for his death. There was little more we could have done. His body simply couldn't withstand the chains once again. A lesson, I suppose, for the rest of us. Take good care to treat fond items with respect. If you will excuse me, I have some work to do. I imagine you have a dungeon to storm somewhere. I wish you intelligence because luck runs out.
Why do I live in such
Okay,
a
let's
pitiful town?
I want to speak to you. I want to buy some stuff. Okay, scroll case. There's nothing in there. All right, I can sell the robe. I won't be using that. Sell that robe. Won't be using the mithril. And sell that. So he's got a bunch of spells. Some potions. Wow, really expensive healing potions. I'll buy 3 of those. Magic blocking. Buy 3 of those. I know those are hard to come by, and I'm probably going to need them later. I wish there was an easy way to just tell right off the bat if you had it or not. I think it's when it's green. Then my inventory's full. So let's identify some stuff. Got a short sword, a wand, gauntlets, the manual, hammer. Identify all that. Go back to selling. +2 short sword. Would be helpful if I planned at any point to dual wield, but I don't. Got a cool name, but it's really just a +2. It doesn't do anything more, so we'll sell that. Gloves of Misplacement are basically cursed. Kind of thought that. Oh, gold. The Warhammer's pretty good. It's a +2 weapon, does electrical damage, but I don't have any proficiency with the Warhammer. And the only monsters that I would really need a Warhammer for above a sword is skeletons. So I don't really feel the need to carry it around. So we'll sell that to him as well. I've already decided I'm not going to use the scimitars. There's really just not a good point to it. All the long swords are better. I really like Twinkle. I really like Icing Death. For the fire and the AC and the fire, so I don't think I'll sell them quite yet. I'll maybe keep them around just a little bit longer. I may change my mind. I am apt to do that. Open up the potion case. Don't need invulnerability. My AC is already better than what that can provide. The agility, I believe, only brings it up to 18. Yeah, which that doesn't help me either. Mysterious liquids don't help me. Stone form doesn't help me. And infravision doesn't help. Sell those off. Okay. Scroll case. Sell these. Sell armor, infravision, burning hands. Build touch. Autograph. Magic missile, color spray, shocking grasp. Friends, chromatic orb. I don't see that any of these really low level damaging spells I have to take off armor to even use them. And they do such low damage, I'm better off just shooting an arrow. This is the only one I would keep because it's healing, or this one because it hits ethereal creatures. Guess I could identify that. It won't let me do it when it's in the bag. All right, so let's see, buying some more stuff. Horror luck mirror image. Mirror image could be useful. Visibilities could be useful. Detect invisibility could be useful. All right, we'll stop with that for a second. We'll go learn some stuff. Read the book. Bodily health ups my con by 1. I'm not sure if he read it. No, he didn't. Okay. Oh, I see I wasted money buying the scroll because I already had one in my scroll case. That out. Oh, I still got a whole bunch more scrolls to sell. All right, let's
Why do I live in such a pissant town?
talk again. Container. Sell. 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 Okay. Ah, that's
Why do I live in such a pissant town?
not what I wanted to do. Identify that. Oh my goodness.
Why do I live in such a pissant town?
All that. I mean, the shield spell could be useful in case at some point I run into a mage who's shooting magic missiles. I probably should have kept it around. But if I'm fighting a mage who's casting at least magic missile, I'm probably going to be wanting to cast the drink the potion of magic immunity anyways. Whole person's really good. Old and dead could be really good. Minor spell deflections. Okay, so Robes of the Good Archmage is 30, pretty much 34k. So if I sold off the 2 scimitars, I'd have enough. I would have enough of probably if I didn't buy all the scrolls and things, but let's do it. And the robe of the good archmage. So what are we looking at here? Gives you AC 5. Better than that leather armor, so I could sell the leather armor. Ups my saving throws a little bit, ups magic resistance a little bit. All in all, not all that powerful. And I do believe once you equip it, you can't do like bracers of armor or. Okay, so put this in the scroll paste. Put that up there. Have any more healing potions in? Yeah. Just send them all. All right, healing, fireball, wand, some other wands. So my AC drops pretty bad. It drops from -4 to 0. And it is better than the armor though, so I can get rid of the armor. I'll have to test it out with a ring of protection because I believe the robe, you can't wear rings of protection because the armor already counts as magical armor, even though it's just robes. So that, if I ever come across a ring of protection, I'll have to test that out. What was he doing? Selling armor. And I still have a little bit of gold left, so let me get some last minute scrolls that I don't have. Just because I like to have a full spell book. I like to have all the options, even though there's no way I can memorize all this stuff. You never know when you're doing a reload if changing your spell book, taking some
Such a pissant town.
non-common spell might be the solution to your problem. Okay. And that should be it. I should never have to come here again. I've taken everything I want out of this guy. So, adios. I'm not going to walk around to discover the shadows. He's got some flesh golems in there. I don't plan on fighting them. What is it? Let's see, I don't expect anything else on this map except for groups of gnolls and groups of skeletons. Don't expect a whole lot. Already done all the sirens and things, I believe, along the coast. I'll take a quick look on the map. I do have one piece of terrain
All right.
off in the west that I haven't done yet. And once that map is complete, I'll have pretty much done everything on the west that's not a city. That's pretty good. See, I was saying probably skeletons or gnolls are all that I'll run across, but it's possible I could run into some gibberlings. I could run into perhaps a wolf. But things like ogres or orogs, which they actually have a separate half ogre for a half ogre, but to me, an orog is pretty much a half ogre. They even look like one. They actually look more like a half ogre than the model they used for the half ogre model. The half ogre model looks more like a half orc because he's kind of got a greenish tint to him. And he wears a helmet with horns on it, where the orog guys are kind of like a pinkish. Oh, a ghoul. Okay, I didn't expect a ghoul, but it's still not too difficult. Now, I do want to keep my distance. I don't want to get paralyzed and have to reload. But I will put my bow on. Shoot it with some arrows. Provided that I shoot at it. Luckily, the ghoul's a lot slower, so even without a speed potion, I can very easily kite it around. Oh, I didn't expect that either. What kind of spider is this? Phase spider? No, just a giant spider. Not quite as bad. Still consider it to be an easy monster. Just hope it doesn't get that lucky poison on me. Got a -4 to hit, so the chances that it actually hits me are pretty slim. Yeah, and it died. Good. 450 XP, that's pretty good. 150 to each of my categories. How far am I away? About 1,050 away from hitting a fighter level. 10,000 for the mage and more for the thief, so my next level will probably be in fighter. And I'm only 1,000 away, so since it's my XP is divided by the 3 classes, I'm actually 3,000 XP away. That's not too bad. 3,000 will go really quick if I find the right monsters.
Well,
A chest. I'm not sure if this is trapped or not. I'll just take a second to make sure it's not. I am pretty beat up. Okay, I think it should be safe. Locked. Unlocked. A gem. Gem bag. I forgot to look. I could have tried to sell these gems and necklaces to the wizard, and I might have been able to keep a scimitar. Oh well. Yeah, I might keep the robes on just for a little bit, so that I can use this drain scroll that I have. If there's a possibility, because this is one of the few maps that we have left that's still relatively weak monsters.
very well.
So I'll perhaps walk around in the robes for a little, which you can't really tell that I'm wearing robes on this figure. Looks pretty much the same as when he was wearing the armor. I'm expecting some gnolls around this castle. There always seems to be some. One of those resettable monster groups. Alright, good. Guess that one gnoll we ran into was all they were willing to spawn this time around. And of course, it's raining once again. Every time the map seems to rain, it slows my computer down even more, and it's already having trouble with. Oh, here's an all. Fell away. Go. That was quick and easy. Already done all my natural abilities. No extra healing from that. Now I'm curious if I'll be able to repair my reputation enough between now and the next time I get a dream event, so that if I'll get the ability that's based on being a hero or being a villain. Bear. I want to shoot at the bear. I'll say yes just because if I run into some other monster, I don't want to be trying to kite it and then back up into the bear by mistake. Oh, it doesn't like fire arrows. Running away. Come on, bear. Stop walking into the shadows where I can't see you. Another 420 XP. Cool. Okay. One of the things I never really cared too much about Baldur's Gate was I thought it's very repetitive and didn't have a lot of selection of monsters and things that you ran across. It was like at some point you felt like, okay, you get kobolds, and then you get like kobolds and kobold elites, and then you get hobgoblins and hobgoblin elite, and ogre berserker, ghoul, ghast, and they're pretty much the same monsters with just little stat boosts, but using the same models with just like slight color variations. Like, oh, skeletons again. Let's put a bow back on before they totally put the shield back on before they pincushion me with their darts. Got nothing. The same thing with the wolves. They have the wolf and the warg and the dire wolf and the some kind of wraith wolf or vampiric wolf or they, my first instinct playing it, 15 years ago or whatever it was oh man, there's like 2 or 3 monsters books for the second edition that the game was based off of, and this is only the small collection of monsters that you don't understand, budgeting and the design aspect of it, of how difficult it is to add in the artwork for different monsters and stuff. But yeah, at the time it's just, it makes you angry because you think there's just not enough variety. But then as you get older and you play more games, you realize that some of those other games have even less variety. Then you think, man, Baldur's Gate did a great job. So that's it for High Hedge. We'll do this next area, this pile of rocks, in the next video. Thank you for watching and have a good day.